Digital technologies have emerged as crucial tools to address the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic and have demonstrated their importance for achieving the 2030 Agenda. However, the digital divide is stark. Only 28% of Africa's population has internet access, while 34% has broadband access. 93% of the population in East and Northeast Asia has high-speed internet access, while in Pacific Island developing countries, only 1/5 does. Internet usage in the Arab region is slightly above world average, but youth internet utilization is lower at 67%. Conflicts have deteriorated connectivity. In Latin America and the Caribbean, internet access penetration is almost 70%, but fixed broadband penetration reaches only 13% of the population. In Europe, internet access at home is nearly 90%. However, low ICT skills in many countries remain a barrier to meaningful participation in a digital society. Weak digital connectivity hinders digital inclusion. Around 95% of rural households in digitally advanced Asia-Pacific countries have access to high-speed internet, while just 29% do in low-income countries. In Latin America and the Caribbean, half of all households with no internet connection are in the 2 lowest income quintiles. About 46% of children aged between 5 and 12 years live in households with no internet. In the Arab region, vulnerable populations have fewer digital opportunities and lack e-economy culture. Gender inequality in ICT increased to 24% in 2019. Arabic internet content stands at 1%, impeding digital inclusiveness. In Africa, only 11% of households have access to computers. About 22% of women use the internet, compared with 34% of men. In Europe, internet access at home in rural areas is 10 percentage points lower than in urban areas. Women's internet use is 5 percentage points lower than men's. During the pandemic, populations with better digital connectivity were at an advantage in accessing job opportunities and receiving social assistance and communication about the virus. In Africa, social protection initiatives were hampered by the fact that more than 40% of the population lack an official identity, which is crucial for identifying and targeting beneficiaries. In Latin America and the Caribbean, teleworking is feasible for 21% of employed persons, compared with 40% in advanced economies. Frontier technology applications created new services and jobs in the Asia-Pacific region, with high-income countries enjoying 11 times higher bandwidth consumption than the region's average of 121 kilobit per second. In some Arab countries, such as Egypt, Jordan, and Morocco, where digital connectivity was extended to vulnerable groups, social assistance was successfully delivered. For years, UN regional commissions have been scaling up digital cooperation efforts. ECLAC has been supporting for 16 years the Digital Agenda for Latin America and the Caribbean, ELAC 2022, a platform to promote policy design, dialogue, and training to policymakers on digital technologies. ESCWA has pushed the digital transformation agenda in the Arab region through its platform for directors of e-government and partnered with ICC to support digitizing and scaling up 1 million SMEs. The Asia-Pacific Information Superhighway Initiative, led by ESCAP, aims to bridge the digital divide and boost digital transformation by promoting digital connectivity and digital data use. The African Medical Supplies Procurement Platform, supported by ECHA, has helped alleviate supply and logistical constraints by ensuring access to the pandemic portfolio medicines to Africa and the CARICOM governments. The digitalization of business processes, such as e-commerce, trade facilitation, border crossing, procurement, traceability, and e-government, developed by UN EDIFACT and UN CFAC under the purview of UNECE, have helped countries progress towards smart connectivity and the digital empowerment of citizens. Instrumental during the pandemic, these regional platforms and tools provide the needed space for policymakers to share common challenges and policy responses, to mitigate impact and ensure service continuity and accelerate recovery.
Digitally advanced countries in the Asia-Pacific region use digital connectivity and advanced applications to mitigate pandemic contagion and socio-economic impacts. ESCAP is scaling up implementation of its Asia-Pacific Information Superhighway initiative to bring these benefits to all.
We need to work together to universalize the access to internet, promote digital transformation of production, build digital trust and security, and rethink the digital governance model within the framework of a digital welfare state.
The COVID-19 pandemic has turbocharged Africa's use of both digital connectivity and digital cooperation, as evidenced by the African Medical Supplies Platform, whereby all of Africa came together to procure PPEs, and today we are using this same platform to procure vaccines for the continent. Digitization is surely a way out of this crisis. It's a way for Africa to recover, to reset, and to deliver prosperity.
COVID-19 has emphasized the digital divide amongst those equipped with the infrastructure, hardware, and skills for e-business, teleworking, and e-education, and those struggling to keep pace. Investments and training are needed to bridge these gaps.
With a youth bulge and a high potential, the Arab region should ensure affordable and inclusive digital access, invest in digital infrastructure, and develop capabilities to build forward better.